Good morning and welcome to the Growing Good Ones YouTube channel. My name is Christina and today I am going to take you around on my very first garden tour for 2024 and only my second garden tour ever. So I'm really excited and I can't wait to show you around. We are gardening here in Virginia in Zone 7A, and that means we are right on the verge of our season really getting started. It's April 15th, 2024. So this will be my third year gardening in this space. My first year I was pregnant, we had just moved in. I think I maybe grew one tomato that ended up having some blossom and rot. Last year we expanded and I was able to harvest a lot more things, tomatoes, pickles, cucumbers. However, the burden of abundance really hit us because being a new gardener, I really didn't know how to preserve the food as fast as the garden was putting it out. So we ended up tossing a lot of excess to the pigs and chickens, and that just ended up being waste. So this year I'm really excited because I've gone through the learning stage of the prior 2 years, and I think I'm going to be able to put up a lot more and expand the garden. And I'm just really excited to see it all start coming together. Each year that I have the garden, it's like compound interest when you have a bank account or an investment. The garden continues to just build off of itself and get bigger, and the tasks become easier. There's a lot less initial startup, and my time can be focused more on growing the food rather than building the garden. So I'm really excited to show you where I am right now. I consider this to be week 0 because the garden is basically a blank space at this point. Spirit of being fully transparent, I am a real person. My garden is most certainly a real person garden. I'm gonna show you all the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that's just hopefully to encourage other people to start somewhere. I'm far from having a Pinterest perfect garden, but this is the garden I have, and it's wonderful and I love it, and I hope somebody else can look at it and find the courage to start their own. Just start somewhere, grow something. So let's take a look. So starting off with my one and only raised bed that my husband and I built maybe the first year that we were here. I think we got it in for the fall of possibly 2021. These lettuce that I have here, you can see that they're bolting. I actually planted them in September of 2023. We have been eating lettuce all winter off of this, and so it's given us everything it can give. I have to admit the lettuce is starting to get a little bit better, and it's it's also starting to warm up here, and it's time to switch it over. I did try throwing some French radishes, French fingerling radishes here in the back, so those are growing, but really this next week or in the next 2 weeks I really hope to just rip all this out and replant for the summer. But this lettuce bed has been really good to us. It got us through the winter, and I couldn't have been more happy about it. Next to my raised bed, we actually have gathered all of the logs here to make another bed. So we have these, I think they're like 9 foot by 4 foot. And here by this raised bed, we're gonna build another one. And then hopefully I'll be able to get like a cattle panel to do an arch to connect the 2 raised beds and grow something really cool, like probably like some noodle beans. And I'm really excited about that because I don't have any arches. I'm ground growing. I'm just growing directly into the ground right now, besides this one raised bed. So I'm really excited to add some vertical appeal to my garden this year. So hopefully my husband Matt and I can get it together and get these pieces put together to build another raised bed. And then this dirt is just dirt that we have left over from leveling out the ground for our water tanks, and I'm going to use that dirt to fill in the raised bed to some degree. And then also I'm thinking about using that little pool to maybe plant some strawberries and have just like a pool garden. On the other side of the future garden bed, I have my garlic and onions. So I have, I'm pretty sure this is German garlic, and then I have some elephant garlic, and I have these little bunching onions. Man, I forget the name. I'll put it up on the screen when I figure it out. But I got these small little bulbing onions from Baker Creek, and they seem really cool. I'm really excited about them. I have another row here of elephant garlic, and then I have music garlic, which is a variation of German garlic, actually. And then I'm trying these. It's not your expensive strawberry plant towers, but I do have I'm in the process of actually planting them, but I have 4 Dollar Tree vertical strawberry planters, and I'm working on the 5th one here. And so my method really for all of my garden is I just put down paper grocery bags or newspaper to kind of like smother the grass, and then I come behind and I top it with wood mulch. So the weeds would probably be kept back a lot easier if I used some garden plastic or had more of a method for getting rid of the grass, but this is what I have, and this is what's easiest. We actually have a really big wood chip pile that from having taken some trees down, and we also were blessed with some like a chip drop from online where you sign up, and I think we were on the list for about 2 years, but then we actually did get a load one day. The guy just showed up and dropped the chips, and it was great. So we have just a lot of chips available, and we just have to use what we have. All right, we do have this like little hoop house that also housed our veggies for the winter, and I am debating about whether we keep it up for the summer or not. I'm kind of leaning towards keeping it up and putting some peppers in there with like a 40% shade cloth. Maybe like peppers and tomatoes. And then you can see the grass is growing over here. I've bought all my dirt to do my soil amendments. I just get these bags from Costco, and that's what I use for the most part. A chicken had gotten here and destroyed my bed, but I need to rebuild my beds here. You can see. So the hoop house was just a simple purchase that we did off of Amazon. I think it cost like $200 or less. So it's not the most structurally sound piece of structure that we have. So we have had to kind of add in some supports. So it doesn't make it look pretty, but it certainly makes it functional. All right, so I'll take you in my hoop house. So you can see I had a lot, well, I have a pile of weeds here, and I had a lot of brassicas that has just really bolted. It was good over the winter, but now that it's warming up, and especially here in the hoop house, it's just completely bolted. So I really need to get in here and get this week and get these pulled out. Basically, rip everything out, rip all these weeds, rip it all out, and start new. And my approach, as I was mentioning out by the garlic and the strawberries, my approach is just here with my weeding is to just, I have these little wood chip trails, then I have my, my soil here in the ground that I just plant in. Yes, the weeds do grow still because I'm basically just using paper bags and wood chips. However, the weeds are fewer and thinner, and when you go to pull them out, they come out, it's like much softer, and they come out a lot easier than had I not had anything at all. You can see where I still have a lot of work to do. This is one row that has not been weeded, a pathway. So you can see I stopped right here. So this week I really need to get in here, clean it up, and get all of the weeds pulled out, get all of the brassicas that has bolted, get this all out, give it to the chickens, and get my soil amended and ready for peppers in a couple weeks. I do have some beets. I think these are some red beets. in the ground, and I do have some more leaf lettuce here. This lettuce is doing great, actually. So we'll probably be eating off of this lettuce here this week. Here, right outside of the hoop house in the front, I did just kind of like plop some peas in the ground. And so continuing with my blank space, I have this silage tarp that has been here for maybe a month or two. So this week I'm really excited to peel this back and move it to the back where it'll probably have 3 to 4 weeks to suppress the weeds that are growing there. But I'll be pulling this back and basically starting with a literal blank space. So here in the back, I have a lot of weeds right now. I have, you know, I was saying that this silage tarp is gonna move over to this side to suppress these weeds. This right here beside the house is kind of a neglected flower bed that I'm trying to revive slowly, inch by inch. But I have put some flowers in here. I just wanted to capture what the before was, which is just basically blank dirt, blank space, and I hope to see what grows. When we moved into the property, we had this, or we found that the previous owners had done a burn pile in what we call our stone field, and so we kind of have taken that area and turned into a garden patch. And this year, to kind of prepare the area for planting, I think I'm going to put some potatoes and beans here. To prepare the area, we had a leftover Salatin tractor that we put some layers in for like a week or two, and they cleared the ground for us. I may end up tilling this. Usually we try to go for like a no-till, but since it's so packed down and compacted, and I want to put potatoes in here, I'm thinking I might need to kind of aerate the soil a little bit. I try not to do that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And so here you can see we had this unused Salatin tractor, so we just used the chickens to come in and clear the area for us, and this is what they left us with. So I'm pretty happy with the results, and I can't wait to see if we grow some potatoes. We overwintered our goats here next to the house in an area, and then we have let the chickens come in after us. And so I had this idea that maybe I would put some corn where they were, because the ground is kind of a blank space, and I just want to see what happens. So I'll show you that blank space now. All right, so we do have to come in and pull up some like brambles that the goats had eaten down to basically like nubs, like you can see. I don't know if you can see, it's very sunny now. But my thought is like, why not try it? So we might pop some corn seeds in this area and just see what grows. Here's my little pea and onion experiment. I just I put some peas in the ground, and in the middle between T-posts I have some onions, and it's just growing directly in the ground. I didn't know how this was gonna turn out. It is kind of just an experiment. And then I was gonna build up the trellises. This is just some leftover twine from the hay that we buy for our goats. I hope you tune in and follow my progress as I take this raw blank space and turn it into a beautiful garden this year. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week.